Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me.
Okay, this isn't the my traditional open. And the reason why it isn't the review that I'm about to do, I recorded it actually about 5 days ago. And since then, since I recorded it, something pretty amazing has happened, and I wanted to start this video off by thanking all of you. So I posted last night, I got a message from El Koshi, one of the loyal maniacs that have been a big supporter of the channel. And he told me to buck up and get out an L2E trailer reaction because the trailer dropped 2 days earlier than it was supposed to. And so last night I was like, I was kind of tired. I'm like, should I do this? And I'm like, you know what? Just go do it. So I did it. I shot it. I edited it. I put it out last night. And lo and behold, first of all, 11,000 views, which is the biggest viewers I've had on any video. Also, it took my subscriptions from 954 to, as of right now, 1,090. So I wanted to thank you, all of you. It was pretty incredible, the reaction to that video and the subscriptions that came as a result of it. So I am now, so of course I thought I hit the magic number and I'm going to get monetized now, but there's one more step to it. So I just figured that out too. It's got to do with watch time, but you know what? I'm not worried about that. Over 1,000 subscriptions is a big deal. And I did want to say, there's a few, and I know I'm not going to be able to mention everybody. And I feel like I'm in the Academy Awards. I want to thank the Academy for voting for me, but there's a few people I want to call out that have been really supportive of the channel, and they're constantly commenting, and they've taken an active part in boosting up the channel. Because remember, this started 6 or 7 months ago, and I had 0. And it's through your sharing that the channel has built up over 1,000. So El Koshi, I mean, that's the guy who's got me on these trailer reactions, which getting a lot of hits. Cully Singh, always the first one to comment, always, and big Sunny Deal fan too. Imperious King, long-time viewer. Now, she hasn't been watching as much because she's got stuff going on where she lives weather-wise, but Wolverina Pagan has been a big supporter too. Harashia Haha, big supporter. Excuse me. Catan and Sandip. Now, I know I'm missing people, but I just felt like I had to do this because this is pretty incredible what happened. When I woke up this morning, I was like, what the heck just happened? So yes, I'm going to go try to see L2E in the movie theater, because if this is what the trailer reaction does, what will a 10ish-minute review do? I don't know. Who knows? But I'm also going to figure out whether I get monetized or not. I said to you guys that if I can hit 1,000, I'm going to try to do something live. I haven't really gotten a lot of reaction from people, but I would love to know, is that something you guys would want to be a part of if I was to do it? It would probably be like in a chat window. But if I can pull that off, would you want to take part in it? So look, that's it. I really wanted to tell you how much I appreciate the support you guys have given me. I'm still a little like wowed by this whole thing, the way it happened in just 24 hours. But you know, you guys love your films, and even though you don't agree with me all the time, I think you appreciate what I'm trying to do on this channel. And I do have to also say that it's given me appreciation of a culture that, to be frank with you, I knew nothing about. And I'm learning about all the different regions: Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, Bollywood, Hindi. So I'm learning a lot too, and it's been great. It's been wild. And I know I'm rambling too long, and you want to get to the 10ish-minute review because this is a good one, okay? So again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. And I'll just end with this. Jai Hind. Hey, everybody, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, back with another 10-ish minute review. First of all, I want to thank all of you, over 940 subscribers, ever closer to the magic number of 1,000 subscribers. That's where all the magic happens. That's when the fun really starts. More on that later. Okay, so the film I am going to review is a film I did a pretty successful trailer reaction on. So the film just showed up on a streaming service, so I watched it. The film is 2025's VidaaMuyarchi, starring, of course, Ajith Kumar, who I've only recently come to know, but I'm glad it started to screen. By the way, VidaaMuyarchi, I believe, means perseverance triumphs. That was in the title. It is a Tamil film. It was directed and written by Magizh Thirumeni. It stars Ajith Kumar, who I saw in Mankatha. He was in English, Vinglish, and a cameo, and Asoka. Trisha Krishnan, who I've seen in other Tamil, Goat and Leo. Regina, Cassandra, who plays a psycho in this. And Arjun, Sarja, who was also in Leo, and frankly reminded me a little bit of Shah Rukh Khan. Kind of the same look. Not the same mannerisms, but definitely the same look. Okay, so the story. The story is basically, I won't say a remake, because it's not beat for beat a remake of the 1997 Kurt Russell film Breakdown, also starring J.T. Walsh, who was a bad guy in that film. And this was a Hollywood sanctioned remake, but there was enough of a difference. Again, the motivations are different. Why they kidnapped her is different. And so the story is about a couple who, through the first half hour of the film, you see their love story, and it's a pretty good love story, actually. They end up getting married, and they were going to have a baby, but she had a miscarriage. Now she can't have kids. Now the marriage starts to fall apart. She has an affair. Kayal has an affair, and she wants a divorce. And he agrees to it amicably. And now she wants to go stay with her parents. So instead of having her fly there by herself, he's going to drive her on this 9-hour trip so they can have one last ride together, and she agrees. Well, on the way, the car breaks down. Well, first they meet some thugs in the road. And that scene was a jump scene. They're driving down the road, having a little discussion, not really paying attention. All of a sudden, this car comes flying out. Actually, it's a Hummer. Comes flying off the road, hits them. Or it doesn't hit them, but blocks the road. They got to screech to a halt. And then, there's this young guy who kind of is the lead of these young thugs, and he starts mouthing off. Well, then they go to a gas station, and they see these thugs again, and then she meets a couple, male and female truck driver, who are from the same village she's from Tamil, and they speak Tamil. Okay, now, because I knew this was Breakdown, I knew everything was kind of being set up. And then she ends up disappearing. Oh, excuse me. The car breaks down mysteriously. And the Hummer shows up like 100 yards down the road, just staring at him. And then the truckers show up to help them, or so you think. And so they agree that they got to go to a phone because you can't get cell phone coverage with there. It was a pretty bleak place where they shot this. I don't exactly know where it was, but it looked like someplace in the Midwest in the USA, saying just like Breakdown. And he says, all right, you go with them, make the phone call. I'll wait for the tow truck. You come back here and get me. Well, time goes by. He figures out what's wrong with the car. He drives to where they were going. No one's seen hide nor hair of his wife. So the film is he's trying to figure out what the hell happened to his wife. And once he figures it out, he's going to get her back, and ultimately he does. That's basically the story. Now, I do this with these remakes. I'm going to give the story a two. It's not an original story. It's okay. And again, it's not a criticism of the film. It's just, it's not a good story. I mean, it's a good story, but it's a story that has already been written. So now there's a few things in this before I get to the performances. I was really shocked because you guys know, in these films, the lead actors always get this huge entrance, right? It's always like, they show their feet first or they show their sunglasses, one of those deals. This one, he's closing a trunk and it's a POV through the trunk. And it's like, whoa, what the heck? Well, then sure enough, they do a flashback and now I think it's their wedding. I think but him and Kyle are really dressed up and they look fantastic. Oh, he pulls up in his Jag or whatever it was. He gets out of the car looking really cool. And they de-aged him too. There's no way that was just done with like makeup. I mean, they de-aged him because from where he starts at the beginning to those flashbacks is a big difference. And it was actually pretty good de-aging, I think. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. There wasn't. I was expecting, based on what you guys have said and based on the few movies I've seen, I was expecting a lot of fight scenes in this. There weren't a lot. Now, what they did do was really good, and I will tell you, there's a fight scene in the car that is fantastic because at one point the camera is above the car looking through the roof as they're all fighting. It's a great scene. Great scene. I loved it. But there wasn't a lot of that. um, it's a pretty slow burn. Now, normally when I say that, it's means it's boring. It wasn't boring. I mean, the first half hour they're setting up the love story, right? So when you find out they're getting divorced, that's a bit of a shock after you sitting through the love story that flashes back to all different time periods, 9 years, 12 years. Um, but it is slow getting to him kind of taking charge. Um, so they're doing that to build the tension, and they do that. They absolutely do that. Um, but I was looking for a little more because of him. Again, I don't want to say that's a criticism. I also think one of the things they did that I just thought was a complete waste of time. The two villains, the couple, Rakshith and Deepika, who were like she was over the top crazy, like bug-eyed crazy. But they did a whole thing, and it was about 15 to 20 minutes, their backstory. They were in a mental institution. So they're sociopaths, and you figure that out. So you definitely didn't need that backstory. And I don't think it added anything to this film by showing that. You got two people that are a little crazy and they do crazy things. I don't need to know why. It didn't add to the story. I was more into him, his character, Arjun, trying to figure out what the hell's going on and getting exasperated and being told different things. Because that's another thing they did that I found kind of confusing in the story. They pretended that his wife hired them to kill him. And they tell her he hired them to kill her. And then they say her friend Anu hired them to kill the wife so she could be. And it was all red herrings. None of that was true. There was a plot, but I that's the part of it that got really confusing about who really was the one behind it. Because every time they said who was behind it, that's not who was behind it. So that got a little confusing too. But the performances, look, I think from an acting standpoint. Now this wasn't the typical Hindi. He's going to be Superman, and like he gets beat up in this badly. In fact, there was one where like they're going to kill him. But he, I mean, like mercilessly beat up till finally he's had enough and he's going to fight back. Um, but his performance I thought was really, really good. And like Mankatha, it was like so different from this character. He was vulnerable. He was a little sad. And I mean, like even the way he carried himself because he realized this divorce was happening. But to me, his frustration with trying to figure out what's happening, his exasperation, no one's cooperating with him, no one believes him. And he just doesn't know what's happening. I thought that was really, really well played. And then when he finally figures out what's going wrong and starts going on the attack, there was some great scenes. You know, he goes to this one house where there's an old lady with a shotgun. Now, some of that was ridiculous because she goes to shoot him because he's beating up her son, and she ends up shooting her son in the knee. Then she takes another shot at Arjun. It misses him because he moves his head. It hits this shield or something on the back wall, ricochets, and kills the mother. And that was another thing about the shootings. This was a very family-friendly movie. Other than a couple of gruesome deaths, everyone gets shot in the knees. No one dies. Even the bad guy at the end who gets killed, he doesn't get killed because Arjun kills him. He gets killed because he's sick of Arjun talking and he lets himself go into this metal shredder, which, you know. But the performance, I got to tell you, the performances, because the bad guys were good bad guys. They were psychos. Um, and you know, I mean, I thought I thought Trishna Krishnan was okay. She wasn't. I mean, she wasn't really in it that much because she was captured for most of it. And they throw a little red herring at the end. You think she had plastic surgery, and he's crying, and then she's in the corner. She's fine. And there was a line at the end that I absolutely loved it. So she finally gets to the parents' house, and he's leaving, and you can see he's you know he's got bandages all over him. He's been beat up, but he's glad he saved her. And she comes back and says, "Why did you save me?" And he goes, "Because I love you." And then she just wraps her arms around him, and you know that they're going to be okay. Um, I thought that was great. And so I'm going to give the performances a 4, pretty much on the strength of his performance. And again, I read the reviews on this, and it was either 9s or 10s or 1s and 2s. People hated this movie. I didn't feel that way. I thought there were instances where it could have picked up the pace a little bit. Obviously, some of the storytelling and the motivations behind why they were doing what they were doing, because it turns into they kidnap girls, they give them plastic surgery, and then they ship them out. I guess for I don't know, for sexual slavery or whatever. But that's ultimately what ended up being the reasoning. So overall, my verdict on this, I'm going to give the movie a 3. I thought the trailer made this look like it was much more of an action film than it ended up being. But I liked it. I really liked it because I respected his performance and the way he was reacting to the things around him. That I thought was good. Now, I would love to know if any of you guys have seen it and what you think about it. I'm going to look for more Ajith Kumar movies. And if you know of a movie that I should watch that he's in, put that in the comment section. I'd like to see, because I know this guy's like, he's a stunt driver. He does motorcycles. This guy's quite the actor, and I want to see him in some more stuff. So anyway, that's my review on that one. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and as always, please share. It's the only way YouTube will push this video out. Okay? Okay, so let's give you, again, I like to give you a secret word. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. You see that poster back there? It's a Wonderful Life. The secret word is George Bailey. Okay, secret words. George Bailey. Put it in the comment section if you watch this till the end. And if you do, I want you to know how much I appreciate it, okay? All right, that's it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with either a 10-minute trailer reaction or a 10-ish-minute review. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I may sound awful Dutch, but my delight is such. I feel as if a losing war's been won for me.